Hello, hello. Hello, hello. ah, this is funny. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, let's see. This devices are gonna let me be great tonight in Jesus' name. We bind up every hindrance. Okay, there we go. Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening. Tonight, I want to talk to you about the dirty truth of wellness and the sick care industry. I call it the sick care industry because it's not the healthcare industry. And so we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to talk about a few things that may be a little bit shocking, some of the things you may already know, and we're going to get into what wellness really means, what that looks like, how you can walk and live in wellness, and how your kitchen is like your laboratory. Your kitchen is your place of healing. And we're going to pull some things out of the kitchen, things that you can use to heal your body naturally. So very excited about that. Also, I have a parent empowerment workshop coming up where I'm going to be teaching parents, new parents, as well as seasoned parents, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, and caregivers for children, even children with special needs, or caregivers that may be taking care of a senior. I'm going to be giving you the basics of essential oils and aromatherapy and natural remedies that you can use at home for your child, for your loved one that you're taking care of, so that you can feel empowered to bring wellness to them. And tonight we're going to talk about what wellness really means. And this is Wellness Wisdom Wednesday, live every week at 9 p.m. And we're going to talk about what is wisdom? What does that really mean? So I'm super excited. We're going to jump into it. Get your water, get your notepad and your pen so that you can take some copious notes tonight. Last night was Trauma Tuesdays, or Soul Care and Trauma Recovery, and it was awesome. It was wonderful. I had a great time. People learned a lot, and they really enjoyed it. And so tonight we're going to be jumping into wellness wisdom. So we're going to talk about the truth about the healthcare industry versus the sick care industry, which is what I call it. So anyway, if you have questions, I want to answer your questions. So put the questions in the comments and I'll be able to answer specific questions. If you have a particular question and you're not comfortable sharing it, but you would like me to address it, you can DM me. So I will answer the question anonymously. Either today, if you put it in time, or next week. If there's a particular topic that you want me to talk about, something that you want to know about wellness, maybe some burning questions that you have had and from your experiences, feel free to reach out to me, DM me, or you can reach me at dawnhorizon@gmail.com, dawnhorizon@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, because I'm live there. Okay. So I'm really excited. So much to think about. It's like, where do I start? All right. I'm going to try not to talk too fast also. Let's talk about wellness. Okay. I want to give you the definition of wellness. And so I ask you as an audience, what does wellness mean to you? What does that mean to you? What does that look like? What does that mean? So I'm going to give you the definition. Wellness, it says the quality or state of being in good health, especially as an active sought goal, active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyle that lead to a state of holistic health. So you are having this quality of life, or wanting to have a quality of life, that you're willing to make the necessary decisions to have better health, right? That you're making lifestyle choices that are going to help you to have better health or maintain your health, right? Okay. And so I really like the definition that says active pursuit of activities. That could be the gym. That could be, I have some friends that are hiker chicks. Shout out to the hiker chicks. And they find various places, lakes, parks, and things to go for a walk and just explore. And that's so much fun. One of them, she says that she doesn't like the gym, but she likes to play. So that's what she calls it. She calls it play. Shout out to my friend. She calls it play. And basically, it's movement, whether it's dancing, whether it's going for a walk or swimming, going to the beach, whatever it is. But it's about being active, it's about moving your body in a way that feels fun. Some people love the gym. I like the gym. Some people love the gym. Some people hate the gym. And neither one of you are wrong, but you still have to have movement. So find what works for you. If you're not a gym person, then can you have some things at home or go walking or take a dance class or go swimming or something like that? Something that you're going to do to have your body to move so that you can be healthy, right? We're not going to be healthy sitting on the couch. We're not going to be healthy. And as a society, we are a much more sedentary people than we've ever been. You know, when we play nowadays, we don't, go outside as much. We tend to be on our computer or our phone, and we have games and just different things. And so our outside activities and interactions are far less than what they used to be 10, 15, 20 years ago. Okay. And so it's important to have a balance in your life. And especially now, since so many people work from home still, or they're going to the workplace, but they're sitting a good 70, 80% of the day. So it's important to get moving, to get active, to get that blood flowing. And if you're not able to do that with your job, that's where it's on you for your lifestyle after work, before work, whatever works for you, or weekends. Okay, and get it in. So I have so many things to share with you as an example. So let me get comfortable. Okay. All right. So I gave you the definition of wellness. Now I want to give you the definition of wisdom, right? The ability to use knowledge, experience, understanding, and insight to make sound judgments and decisions, often involving a deep comprehension of life's complexities, human nature, and ethical principles to act with good sense, perspective, and compassion for beneficial outcomes going beyond mere intelligence. I felt like I just read a whole bunch of words. It's like a whole big definition for the fact that you choose to gain knowledge and apply it to your life. Wisdom, the basic, rudimentary part of it, is applying the knowledge that you have, using your experience, using the insights, skills, trainings, whatever it is that you have learned, bringing that all together and then acting on it, activating that. That's what wisdom is, applied knowledge. And I saw one definition that I really liked, and it said, wisdom is the practical, ethical, and insightful application of knowledge for good judgment and a well lived life. Okay. Still sounds like jargon, right? So I just want to make it plain to you because there are so many myths out there. There are so many people talking about health, talking about wellness, and trying to sell you something. I'm here to share information. I'm not selling you anything. I have things I can sell to you, but I want to empower you, educate you, enlighten you with the basics, with the information so that you can make healthy choices for your life, so that you're empowered to make decisions for yourself. Okay. So when we talk about wellness, it can mean different things to different people. It can look different ways. And so I thought it would be fun, and I can show you, like, as a certified holistic health coach or a certified wellness coach, me showing you what wellness actually looks like so that it can be relatable to you, so you can bring it home. Okay. And then we're going to jump into the difference between the wellness industry and the sick care industry. That's what I call it. Okay. So, wellness looks like self care. And self care doesn't always mean that you have to go out and spend a bunch of money. Self-care can be hair and nails and massage and things like that, but it doesn't have to be that. Self-care is taking time for yourself. It's having self-love. And this goes into together with your wellness, with your lifestyle routine that is promoting your health. Okay. So they all go together. So, like I said, your kitchen can be your laboratory because there are so many different things in the kitchen that you can use. There are spices and like condiments that you may not even realize that are healing, that are helpful, that you can add to your wellness routine. Okay. And so we're going to go in the spice cabinet for a minute. Ginger. Here's some ginger. Okay. Ginger is very good for your blood circulation. So if you are one that has poor circulation or you're having high blood pressure, you can add ginger. Ginger to your water, ginger to your tea, ginger to your smoothie. Okay. It's also very good for digestion. So here's something that you might have in your cabinet that can promote health and wellness for you. Okay. You can take a quarter of a teaspoon to a half a teaspoon and put it in some hot water, add a squeeze of some lemon, and you just made a tea. Okay. So there's ginger. Another one is cinnamon. And I don't have clove, but clove is good too. So a lot of times we know cinnamon in baked goods and we put that in baked goods. But cinnamon is good for your oral health, is good for your digestive health, and it can help speed up your metabolism. So cinnamon is also a spice that you can use for cooking and baking, but you can also use it as part of your health and wellness routine. Cinnamon also can go in smoothies, or you can put it in hot water and make a tea. Cinnamon and ginger would go very well together. And so you can mix those two together. Here's another one, turmeric. Okay, turmeric. Turmeric, we know, is very good for joint pain. So it's good for arthritis. It's good to help the body get moving. Okay, it can also be good for inflammation as well as, oh, this isn't turmeric. I'm sorry. This one's turmeric. It can be good for inflammation. It also can help with digestion, but really good for inflammation and for joints. And so I have a recipe that I can share with you. This one, the one I was showing, is cayenne pepper. And so we season our food with this. It has a kick to it. But did you know if Marlon says turmeric is a life saver for runners? Yes, it is, Marlon. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. He said it's a lifesaver for runners. And so here's the thing. When you add some of these spices and some of these routines to your life, it becomes part of your lifestyle. You add it as a habit, you can experience better health. So he's a runner. And so he needs to be actively concerned about or paying attention to his health. Okay. And so that's prevention. Okay. Cayenne pepper as well. That can be prevention, as well as if you have an injury or something like that, what can you do to help to make it better naturally? When we use allopathic medicine, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, allopathic medicine is basically Western medicine. It's a Western style of medicine. It's more of pharmaceuticals and things of that nature. Okay, I'm going to give you a comparison in a moment about allopathic medicine as compared to holistic medicine. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to give you this recipe, and I've done it myself, and I absolutely love it. But I'm going to show you one more thing from my cabinet first. This is agave. Blue agave. I don't know if you can see it well. It's a lot of glare here, but blue agave. This is a sweetener, a natural sweetener. It's healthy for you. It's based from a plant, and it's easy on your digestive system. The most important thing is it has a low glycemic index, so it's not going to spike your blood sugar. So if you have diabetes type 1 or type 2, this is something that you can take safely because it'll metabolize quickly, it'll metabolize well, and not spike the glucose in your bloodstream. Okay, you can add it to teas, you can add it to smoothies, and you can even use it for baking. Okay, I use this in my tea. So here's the recipe. You ready? Honey is really good too. And molasses. Those are things that you can sweeten it with. So here's what I made: cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, and agave. I didn't take my honey out the cabinet. So can I use okay? And you mix these together. And so let's see if I can give you, let's say a teaspoon of each: ginger, cinnamon, and turmeric. And you can use raw honey or you can use the agave, and you mix it together. And then once you mix it together, you put it in like a little dish or something like that. You can use a tablespoon or two and put that in some hot water, or you can put it in some milk, not cow's milk. I'm talking rice milk, soy milk, and I'm not a big fan of that, depending on your blood type. Almond milk, soy milk, cashew milk, oat milk, coconut milk. Okay, so not cow's milk. Okay, and if you look like me and you are a brown or black person, dairy is not good for you. As a race of people, dairy is not good for us. Based on our system, it does not digest well. It does not metabolize well. The main race or class of people that does well with dairy are Caucasians and Asians. That's it. Okay. If you want the research on it, I'll get it for you. But if to make this paste, okay, ginger, turmeric, and cinnamon. And it is delicious. I make it at night. I put it in with my almond milk and have it before I go to bed. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. It's so delicious. I have a good sleep. It helps with your joints. It helps with inflammation. It can help with your blood pressure. Okay. So that's something easy to make. You probably already have the ingredients in your kitchen and you can try it. I actually have a video on it. So I'll make a note, post video of the nighttime remedy. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. Nighttime remedy. Have to make myself a note. Okay. So we're still in the kitchen, okay? Let's see. Let's talk about food, because if you're going to be healthy, you have to make healthy choices with your food, okay? Here's some nuts. If you're wanting to be healthy, lose pounds, maintain your health, maintain your figure, you want to be able to snack on healthy things. So here's what I would say. Don't buy the junk food and store it in your house. If you have a fix and you're like, I just got to have chips or crackers or cookies or whatever your thing is, go ahead and have some, get it out of your system and jump back in. Jump back into your wellness routine and eating the things that you know you're supposed to eat. But the thing is, if you don't have it in your house, it's so much easier that you don't grab those things because they're not there to grab, right? There are healthy cookies and crackers, and we can go down the aisle and talk about some of those, and that's fine too. But there are various nuts. You got pecans, cashews, almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts. We don't eat peanuts. We don't eat peanuts. Why? Because peanuts take 8 days to digest. 8 days. 5 plus 3. Takes 8 days to digest. How many days in a week? 7. So it takes more than a week for your body to digest the peanuts. Today is Wednesday. So if you have peanuts today, those peanuts are not going to be digested to next Thursday. Like, that's kind of putting it in perspective for you. So do peanuts taste good? Absolutely. And they're great in trail mixes and things like that. But that's why I don't buy trail mixes, because I don't want to eat the peanuts. I don't want something in my system that's going to take more than a week to digest. Okay. So pecans are really good. Walnuts are really good for your brains. Almonds are really good. If you're eating raw almonds and they have the brown skin on them, that brown skin is a protective for the almond, excuse me. It's not something that you should eat. You can, and we've been doing that before we knew better. But if you're having raw almonds, I don't have any here, right now, and it has that brown covering, you need to soak them. You can soak them overnight. It doesn't take that long. You can soak them for a couple hours. So do it at night, do it overnight, or in the morning, and you just, you can have them by lunchtime. And what happens when you soak them in the water, it loosens up that brown coating over it. That brown coating is hard to digest, and it blocks some of the nutrients that you would get from the almond. So you want your almonds, darn it, I don't have any right here. You want your almonds to just be the white part. Take the brown part off. I do have a video on TikTok that I did about that and show you how to do it and what it looks like and the reason why. Okay. So you want to get that off. So if you're doing almonds and they have the coating, soak them so that the coating can come off. Or you can buy almonds that are like chopped or sliced and they don't have that brown coating on it. If you're going to eat something, right, especially healthy stuff, you want to get the most benefit from it. You're not eating it to just to check off a box and say that I'm eating it. You want it to help your body in some way. And so if that's the case, we want to get it in its best form. And so while almonds are good for you and they are healthy, they're heart healthy, if they have the brown coating on it, they're not giving you the health benefits that you're expecting to get from it. Okay. Okay. So while we're still in the kitchen, we talked about nuts. So healthy things that you can snack on. Buy those things, keep them in the house. So when you feel like you want a midnight snack or there's a snack between lunch and dinner, you want to choose something healthy. Okay. So that you can maintain your goals, right? Okay. So lemons, here's a lemon. Okay. Lemons are acidic, right? But when you cut the lemon and you add it to your water, okay, or you add it to your ginger tea, it is alkaline in the body. So lemon water can help to alkalinize your body. What does that mean? The alkaline is the opposite of being acidic. So if your body is very acidic, if you're very mucousy, if you're very prone to sickness or you get sick often, you want to reduce the amount of acid in your body. High acid in your body can make you prone to sickness, can make more mucus, and it can increase inflammation in your body. Okay, so if you are having arthritis pains, joint pains, or anything, you want to reduce the acid in your body. Some of the things that we eat or some of the habits that we have cause our body to have high acid. If you're a coffee drinker, so sorry, but if you're a coffee drinker, that's high acid and it changes your body even if you're just holding the cup. There was a study that was done years ago. My mom actually put me onto it, and it was saying that it lowers your body's frequency. So when you touch the cup, so even if you didn't drink it yet, I was like, whoa. And so my mom and I went through this phase that we wouldn't even touch a cup of coffee, or somebody would be like, pass me that. We wouldn't do it because we didn't want to. So we got some balance on that. And I do drink coffee occasionally. But if you're an everyday coffee drinker, the acid in your body is very high. So you want to reduce that acid in your body. One of the ways to do that, because I know you're not going to give up coffee, is lemon water. Okay. Now I'm going to digress really quickly. I want to tell you a lemon water story. So my daughter, Hallie, my youngest of 5, after she was born, I started seeing signs of asthma. And my first son had asthma. And as a new mom, I didn't know necessarily what to do. So what the doctor told me to do and get the albuterol and put that in the fridge, that's what I did because I didn't know better. And he was born in 1993. Okay. So as I began to learn a little bit more, learn about natural health, I began to make changes. So in 1999, I started using essential oils. And prior to that, maybe 95, 96, I started juicing. Okay. My mom was a juicer. So she really got me started in this holistic health field initially. Right. And so Hallie had asthma. And so because I had already gone through that with Andre, my firstborn, and there were about 14 years between them, I didn't do any of the stuff that I learned or that I was told to do with Andre, who had asthma. I learned some natural holistic things and I did everything natural for her. Hallie was never vaccinated. That's a whole nother topic we can talk about. Um, and she wasn't given any drugs. So she never had the asthma medication. She never had the eczema medication because she had that too. I treated her all naturally. One of the things that I knew at that time, she's 20 now, so this is 20 years ago, is that high acid creates mucus in the body. Dairy also creates mucus in the body and can also lead to inflammation. And so I wouldn't give her dairy. She had breast milk until she was like 2.5, a little bit more, almost 3 years old. And then after that, I would make her almond milk or occasionally soy milk. Again, not a big fan of soy milk because it can affect your hormones. So that's not something that you should drink often, especially for men. Okay. But women also. And so I gave her rice milk. I'm not a fan of goat milk. It's very good for you. It's healthy. It will be a great alternative. I just didn't like the taste of it. And so I just gave her all natural things. And so let's say she wanted to go to a birthday party, and this is what happened, and she wants to have ice cream. Well, that's dairy, right? But she's a child. She wants to have a good time. So I allow her to have the cake and have the ice cream. And then when she got home, I would cut a lemon, take half of it, squeeze all the juice out of the half, put it in a cup, add 6 to 8 ounces of water, and have her drink it. I would, even when she was younger, I would give her after I squeeze a lemon, I would give her the lemon and just allow her to suck it. She was a cutest little baby walking around the house sucking on a lemon. Okay. So she loved lemons. She got used to it. And so that helped to reduce the mucus in her body because I wanted to treat the asthma all naturally. And so asthma is bronchial constriction in the lungs. So you have your lungs. Let's say this is your lungs, and then you have these not tentacles. What's a good word that I could say? These lines that come from it. And at the end of that are these little bulbs, and they suck up the air, they suck up the oxygen, and they bring it into the lungs. So if there's mucus covering the bronchioles, they can't get into the lungs. And so what happens is that wheezing sound is these little tiny pockets that are open and the air is squeezing through there. And that's where you get that wheezing sound. And so I understood the root cause of what this asthma was as far as the body is concerned. And so I would use lemon water to cut any mucus. So anytime she had ice cream or yogurt, which was very far and few between, only for special occasions, immediately after, I would make sure that she had lemon water, and maybe for the next 2 days. So as she got older, because I taught this to her, as she got older, she knew what she had to do. And I can tell her, go in the kitchen and make your lemon water. Or what did you eat today? Or I can hear her congested and say, what did you eat? You know what you need to do. And she will go make her lemon water. Now, here's a good fix for you. Hopefully that was helpful. If someone is dealing with asthma or has a child dealing with asthma, this is something that what I just explained can help you. Now, here's another recipe. A dash of cayenne pepper. Unless you really like hot things, you can maybe do 2 dashes, a pinch of cayenne pepper, because it really has a kick. And you can do a whole lemon. So a whole lemon, squeeze it really good, a dash or 2 of cayenne pepper, to 20 ounces of water, maybe half a gallon of water. Depends on your palate and how much heat you can take. This is a metabolism boost. So if your metabolism is slow and sluggish and you want to speed it up, higher metabolism helps you to burn fat, helps you to lose weight. Okay. So if you want to speed up your metabolism, you put a lemon and some cayenne pepper and water and drink it. Years ago, we called this a master cleanse. And so you can fast with this. And so I did a 3-day fast. Another story here, story time. I had chronic tonsillitis as a child growing up. I got almost immune or used to the taste of that pink medication in the refrigerator because I had to have it so often. right? My mom didn't know about holistic health at that time when I was growing up. And so chronic tonsillitis. And it was like, they were like, she needs to get her tonsils removed. And my mom didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I went to acupuncture. We did all types of natural remedies, natural things. And then it wasn't helping enough. Till we went to see a health specialist, and he said, do a 3-day master cleanse. So master cleanse is a lemon, cayenne pepper in water. So I started that. What I forgot to say was my surgery was scheduled for Monday. We knew that we didn't want it. I didn't want it. I think I was 16 at the time. And so this was like our last ditch effort to do whatever we can to try to avoid this surgery. So I went, I had acupuncture, and then they put me on a 3-day master cleanse, lemon, cayenne pepper in water. I did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Whatever was going on with my tonsils was better Sunday night into Monday morning. And guess what happened on Monday? On Monday morning, we canceled the surgery. Now I'm 50 something, and I still have my tonsils. Never got the tonsils out. Never had tonsillitis again after that. Okay. So there's a way for you to experience health. And this is what I call experiencing health God's way, by his design. Okay. He gave us everything that we need to be healthy, to be well. Okay. And this is something so simple, so easy, so inexpensive, but it can change your life. Okay. So while we're still in the kitchen, how about apples? Have you heard that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, it's true. And I've done the research. It's true. So one of the reasons why they say that is because of the enzymes that are in the apple. If this apple gets bruised, and I actually have one over here that I took to the gym and brought it back home, it's bruised a little bit. You can see that, right? So this apple begins a healing process because part of it is bruised. And so the enzymes that are in this apple are healthy, are good for you. And so if you want to be healthy, you want to have healthy enzymes. You need enzymes to digest. Enzymes are the key to life. And they help your body, they help your cells from a cellular level. They help your body to do all of the different functions that they need to do. So it really is true. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So that's because it's packed with enzymes, nutrients as well, and then also fiber. Okay. Fiber is something else. Add that to your diet that can help you with your digestion. Okay. Help you with your gut health and help you if you're trying to lose weight. Okay. To get slim and trim. You want to get a lot of fiber in. You can juice the apple. That way you can get more apples in. How many apples are we going to eat a day? 1 or 2, maybe 3, but we're not going to eat a whole bunch. So you can juice the apple and you can get more nutrients and fiber from it that way. So while we're still in the kitchen, here's an avocado. I love avocados, but they don't love me. So many of you know that I teach on eating right for your blood type, and it's very, very important. So even the various nuts and things that I'm suggesting, it should all be filtered through the blood type. So depending on what your blood type is, maybe cashews are not good for you. Like me, my blood type, cashews are not good for me. Oranges are not good for me. Avocados are not good for me. But wait a minute. These are not junk food, right? I didn't talk about junk food. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables, right? But they're not good for me as my blood type. Why? Because they have something in it called lectins, and it doesn't agree with my blood type. So eating the avocado, especially eating it often, can literally be toxic to my blood. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, maybe unbelievable, but trust me, it's true. And I'm going to do a live and a training and really deep dive into eating right for your blood type. When I got into that, when I really took a deep dive into it in 2021, I knew about it. I taught on it a little bit from like 2018 when I started doing these lives way back then. But in 2021, I really did a deep dive and I worked along with a naturopathic doctor and went into all of the things about eating right for your blood type and studied with or from Dr. Peter Diadamo, who invented that or who discovered that. He didn't invent it, he discovered it, the 4 different blood types and what foods makes their body thrive and heal itself, and what foods are toxic to them. So, as I said, the avocado, the cashew nuts, and oranges or tangerines, anything from the orange family, even cantaloupe, are not good for me, for my specific blood type. So, even though they're healthy fruits and vegetables, for me, they would be toxic. Okay. So I stay away from those things. So, again, whatever you're putting in your body, I'm making a mess here. Whatever you're putting in your body, it's important to know what your blood type is and to filter that through your blood type. Okay. Okay. So let's see. We're talking about wellness and what that looks like and what the things are that you can use to help your body to be well, to help your body to heal if you have some issues going on, or to prevent sickness if you're well. Okay. We're talking about what wellness really means because it's like a big topic out there. You see it, you hear about it all the time, but what does it really mean? And what does it mean to you? Okay. How can your life be changed, be different, be better by focusing on wellness? And what are the things that you need to do? Okay. So I'm going to talk about now 2 systems of medicine. So click that, get your pen and paper ready. 2 systems of medicine. We're talking about allopathic medicine versus holistic medicine. And I have this little chart here that I made up. And so if you would like this chart, put in a number 2. Put in a number 2 in the comments. And I know that you mean 2 systems of medicine. Okay. So allopathic medicine, remember we said, is Western medicine. Holistic medicine is some Eastern medicine, but really it's natural medicine. Okay. It's medicine that's good for the body, mind, and emotions. Okay. So we're going to talk about the differences between the two of them. So, allopathic medicine focuses on measurements and symptoms. Okay. What is the first thing that the doctor says to you when you go in? How do you feel? What's going on? And then you tell them how you're feeling. This hurts, that hurts. I'm not sleeping. I'm hot. I sweat, whatever the things are. And based on your symptoms, he's going to recommend or tell you what's going on with you and then prescribe you a medication to take for that, right? So he needs the feedback from you, from me to say, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I notice going on in my body. And based on off of that, he's going to look in his physician's desk reference, possibly, or he may know it from his head because he's been doing it for, or she has been doing it for so long, and tell you this is what's going on with you, right? Okay, but holistic medicine says everything in your body is all working together. And so it looks for experience, it looks for causes, it looks for patterns. Okay. It doesn't just go from the symptoms because there's a root cause behind the symptoms. The symptoms come out to give your body an alert to say, hey, I need help. Something's wrong here. You have pain to say, hey, I need help. Something's wrong here so that you can pay attention and, like, oh, wow, my knee is hurting. Well, why is my knee hurting? And what can I do to make my knee feel better? It depends on, was it an injury? Did you fall? Or did you all of a sudden just start having knee pain? Very important to think about the origin of the thing, whatever it is that you're feeling, because that can give you an idea of what's really going on and what you need to do for that. Okay. It doesn't mean you need to medicate it. Okay. So allopathic medicine looks at disease as an entity. It looks at it as avoiding pain. So again, you come in with your symptoms and you want your symptoms to go away. And so they prescribe you something so your symptoms can go away. They don't look at why you have the symptoms. And oftentimes, and this has been my experience, oftentimes, even if you ask, they don't know. They don't know. So, with that said, I'm happy to say that I saw a video today from the Secretary of Health, um, and they're going to, from whatever the date this year forward, they're going to make doctors learn about nutrition and health. That is, woo, that is good news, good news. Okay. And so even the doctors that have been practicing for a long time, they're going to require them to take nutrition courses. That is really good news. Let's see if I learn how to use this right, because there are some sound things I can get. I don't know if I can find it. All right, I won't do it this time. I was going to do like a little applause thing, but anyway, that is great news, and I was so happy to see that today. Okay, because what you eat is a direct correlation to how your body feels. It's a direct correlation to how your body heals or if it doesn't heal. Okay, all right. So allopathic medicine generally classifies you and gives you a diagnosis, whereas holistic medicine is looking for specific needs. It's looking at you as an individual, not because you have these 5 symptoms. I'm going to lump you all together with these people that have high blood pressure, or these people that have arthritis, or these people that have fibromyalgia based on your symptoms. No, I'm going to look at your specific individual needs. I'm also, as a holistic health coach, I'm going to do an assessment and get your family history. What is it that's in the genes? What is it that's in the family bloodline? Okay. What is it that you can do to change how you're feeling before any medication is prescribed? Okay. So allopathic medicine is remedial, it's combative, it's reactive. When you feel a certain way, then you go to the doctor, then they give you a diagnosis, then they give you a medication. Whereas holistic medicine is looking for the root cause, and it's looking to see how can you prevent sickness. Because here's the thing, many of the diagnostic tools that our medical community uses, they're reactive. They're not preventative. They're not responsive. They are reactive. Here's an example. And I think this is going to be a great example. Here's an example. Someone has high blood pressure, okay? And they've been taking the prescription for several years, okay? And then they come to a point that the medication is no longer keeping their blood pressure at a normal level or within a normal range, right? And so they'll increase the dose, okay, in hopes that the blood pressure will come back down to a normal range. But they haven't asked you what you're eating. They haven't asked you what your lifestyle is like. Do you exercise? Unless you walk in obese and overweight. Other than that, they don't look at that. They don't ask you. Okay. They don't ask you how you're sleeping. They don't ask you if you're experiencing stress or trauma or something. And all of those things play a part into why you have high blood pressure. Okay. Okay. So I have so much in my head, so much to share, and I'm trying to keep it concise for you and not overwhelm you. Because I can get into the whole reason why you have high blood pressure and what that really means. But I want to try to stay on target here, because I know that this is a lot. And for some of you, this is the first time that you're hearing something like this, and you already going to have to combat what I'm saying with what you know or have experienced or have been taught. Okay. So you can always ask questions. I can always do a deep dive later. So back to the high blood pressure and the diagnostic test. There are specific numbers that they're looking for. So not until you hit this particular range will they say, okay, there's a kidney problem. As long as you're within what they consider a normal range, they don't even look at it. But if you're at the high end of the range or the low end of the range, can tell a lot of information. Okay. So if you're at the low end of the range for high blood pressure, there's some natural things you can do. Some of the things that I've already shared, and exercise, get some movement in, drink more water, make sure you're getting good sleep, deal with the thoughts that's running through your head, and that can help your blood pressure be lowered. Okay. But they don't tell you that. So they're waiting the way the diagnostic tests are set up. Once you hit this particular range, they're diagnosing you or they're telling you what the next step is. So here's what happens when you're on high blood pressure medication for a long time. That medication has to be filtered through your kidneys. And so long term use of the medication causes kidney damage, which leads to kidney disease, which means you end up having to go on kidney dialysis. And when that no longer works, you need a kidney transplant. So you see the progression. But how come the person never changed their diet? They didn't know that. So they're on the high blood pressure medication or they're having kidney dialysis, but they're not changing anything that they're eating. They're not changing anything that they're doing. They're not changing any way of life. So that medication that they're taking or even the dialysis, it's helping them in the moment as like an emergency, but it's not going to get them better. And I'm sorry to say this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but maybe I'm letting the cat out the bag, or maybe you already know this. That's not what it's designed for. Okay. And that's why I call it the sick care industry. Because if it was truly the healthcare industry, they would be advising you on how to have good health, how to turn the high blood pressure around. I know people that have been on high blood pressure medication for 20 and 30 years. So my question is, if it was working, why do you still need to take it? Why do you now have your body dependent on this? And I don't know if you noticed this or what neighborhood you live in, but here in Northern Virginia, in Woodbridge, there are a few dialysis centers and more are popping up because there is such a great need for kidney dialysis. But why? Why? Because the medications that people are on are causing their kidneys to fail over time. And so I'm presenting you with this information so that you can make better, healthy choices. So that whatever's going on in your body, you can find the natural remedy that you can use, that you can add it into your lifestyle so that you're empowered, so you can reduce the dose or the doctor can get you off the medication long term. You got to do something different. You know, we say that doing the same thing all the time and expecting a different result is insanity, but yet we do this. So we take the high blood pressure medication, or we take the metformin if you have diabetes type 2. You're taking the diabetes medication for however many years that you're taking it for. You have to understand that what you're taking is going to have a direct effect on your body. It's got to be filtered through the kidneys or the liver or both. When you're dealing with high blood pressure, that's specifically speaking to the kidneys. So the medication that you take for that is going to specifically affect the kidneys. And that's why most people, not all, but most people on kidney dialysis or have had kidney failure, it's because they've been on this type of medicine for so long, their bodies cannot naturally filter it out anymore. So they have to go to the dialysis center 2 and 3 times a week to have their blood filtered, to have it cleansed. Okay. And from what I'm told, that process is not comfortable. That process can be painful for people. But how about if we can avoid it? And you don't need to do that. And so I'm not a doctor. I am a certified holistic health coach. Okay. And I've been trained in holistic health, natural health, as well as in massage therapy, anatomy, physiology, all that stuff. Had all of that stuff. I've been doing this for 20 years. This is my business anniversary year, 20 years. I can't even believe it. But my point is, I have taken the courses, I have studied with other doctors and naturopathic doctors to know that what I'm saying to you is true. And anything that you have a question on and you want to see the research, I'll provide it for you. I have no problem. My goal is to empower you, is to give you information that is truthful, that is factual, so that you can change your life, to put you back in the driver's seat of your body, of your health, and of your life. If you are going to the doctors every week, every month, and you're taking all this medication, you are not in control. The medicine is in control. Now, I am not anti-doctor. I am not anti-medication, but I am anti those things when that's your first resort. And so I'm providing you some information and you can study it out or you can ask questions so that running to the doctor and taking the medication is not your first resort. Okay. And here's why. Ezekiel 47 and 12. I'm going to read it to you. Ezekiel 47 and 12. And this goes back to what I said, that God has given us everything that we need in the earth, everything for our health, everything for our wellness, everything for our healing. He has already given it to us. It's in the earth. It is for us. It is our responsibility to take the time to learn. It is our responsibility to put what we learn into practice, right? Because that's what insanity is. Doing the same thing over and over, and you know it doesn't work for you. You know it doesn't make you feel better, but you continue to do it. And so there has to be a shift. There has to be a disconnect with some of those things if it is not doing your body well. So then you're in control of how you feel. And I know many times people don't feel that way. But you don't have to give the control over to the person with the white coat or over to the prescription bottle. You can do it. Do it with the doctor's help. Don't take yourself off of any medication. I'm not saying that. Work along with the doctor, but be empowered with this information that you can go to him or her and say, look, this is what I want to do. I want to do things more naturally. I want to get off this medication. I want you to reduce the dose. I have a friend, a client from New York from, oh my God, probably 15, no more than that, close to 20 years ago, in New York. And she was on diabetes medication for a long time. And when she started working with me with holistic health, she started taking some of the products that I provide, and it began to help with the diabetes. And so at one point, she ran out of her medication and she couldn't get it right away. She was doing the natural stuff with the medication, which is what I recommend, at least to start, right? And allow the doctor to wean you off the medication or stop the medication. Okay. So she was still taking her medication. She was following my recommendations and doing the holistic natural things. Okay. And it was helping her. So what happened was she was out of the medication and she had called in the prescription and they didn't have it. They only had the generic form of metformin, and the generic form makes her sick. The generic form just does not work for her. She cannot take the generic metformin. She has to take the real branded metformin. So during this weekend time for a few days, she didn't have the medication. She was only doing the things that I had recommended her to do, which were holistic and natural. And do you know, her blood sugar never spiked? During those few days where she didn't have any medication that she was taking, she was doing everything natural and holistic, she had no problem with her diabetes. And that's when it really showed her, hey, this natural stuff works, and I'm going to continue using it. Okay, because these are the things that God put us in the earth. What kind of father would he be to be like, okay, there's these, different diseases and things in the earth, but I haven't given you any remedy for that. I haven't equipped you with what to do if this comes upon you. Yes, he has. He's given us natural things in the earth, and I'm going to read the scripture for that. But then he's also told us in Luke 9:1 that Jesus said, I give you power and authority to cast out devils, to heal the sick, and to cure disease. So a heal and a cure is not the same, but he's given us the power over both. And sometimes the sicknesses that we go through have a demonic nature. They have a demonic root. And in those cases, you can medicate it all you want. You can take all the natural stuff in the world, and it's not going nowhere because it is a spirit. And Jesus said the spirit has to be cast out. Okay? Join me on Tuesdays and we'll talk more about that. Okay, here's Ezekiel 47, verse 12. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary. And this is the part I want you to focus on. And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, sustenance, nutrition, and the leaf thereof for medicine, healing, and wholeness. He says it right here. And the fruit thereof, the fruit from the trees, are supposed to be your meat, your nutrition, your sustenance, and the leaf to use for medicine. What are the leaves? Leaves that we can use in teas. This is what wellness looks like. Eating, drinking healthy teas, or making your own. Ginger, cinnamon, lemon. Okay? Drinking teas, that's what wellness look like. Or buying wholesome teas, okay? Herbal teas. That's what wellness look like, because God has given us everything, because he's a good father, because he's a loving father. He didn't put us here on this earth and be like, oh, you might get the flu or diabetes, but I didn't think of that. Or, oh, I didn't give you a remedy for that. No, the devil is a liar. The remedy is right here. And everything that he made on the trees, the leaves, the bushes, the grass, the herbs, these are the things that we're supposed to be using to heal our body. And these are the things that I focus on. Okay. Let me see. Okay. This is a long list. I'm not going to go through all of it because it's too much. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else. Okay. Allopathic medicine talks about side effects, chemicals, and surgery. Medication, chemicals, and surgery, those are the three things. Whatever the issue is that you have, that they're going to do. And when one doesn't work, they go to the next. They go to the next. And after that, they're like, oh, sorry, there's nothing else we can do. I don't know if you've heard that. I've heard that. When my stepdad had cancer years ago. And I remember going to the doctor with my mom to hear and see for myself what was going on. And the doctor said that to me. And I said, if this were your father, your brother, or yourself, is this the same treatment plan that you would give them? And he paused. He was quiet. What does that tell you? And then he tried to, fluff it. And yes, and this is the best. Da, 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 da. Lies, lies. He sat there straight faced and lied to us. That is not what he would have done. And I have followed many doctors since then that had to change their practice, because when they looked at natural health, they looked at nutrition, they looked at the herbs, the healing herbs that God has given us. When they got cancer, that's what they did. And because that worked, because they didn't want to do chemo, radiation, or surgery, those that were really concerned about their patients, those that really loved their calling and what they were doing, their practice had to change, because they could no longer give that remedy as a blanket statement to their patients, because they found out, only because they were diagnosed and they were looking for other remedies, they found out that what they had learned and what they had been told and what they had prescribed to their patients was a lie. That's the dirty truth about the healthcare industry and the wellness industry. They weren't looking for natural things until they got a diagnosis that they didn't want to have or deal with. And then they looked to holistic medicine. And guess what? They got healed. And guess what? They didn't die of cancer. And guess what? Your loved one doesn't have to die of cancer. You don't have to die of cancer. Cancer is a trillion, I think it's up to $1 trillion industry in this country, in the United States of America. Look at Asia. Look at United Kingdom. Look at Africa. Look at, I think I've named most of the continents. Look at the other parts of the world. They do not have the high numbers of cancer that we do here in the United States. So use your freedom of speech, your freedom of the press, and all that stuff, and do the research or come to someone like me who is trained that can help you to find the remedies or give you the remedies that you can use for whatever the sickness or the illness is, because God wants you to be healthy. And He's already done everything in the earth that you need to do, or put everything in the earth that you need to use to heal yourself. I have to tell you something. I hate cancer. I hate it with a passion. And because it's not something that our people have to die from. And if you've lost a loved one to cancer, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be insensitive. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but I want to empower you, because you don't have to lose another loved one to cancer. You yourself do not have to experience it. You yourself do not have to be sick from it or perish because of it. That's why I'm here, so that I can be a resource of information for you, so you can make better choices, so that you can live long and strong, because that's what the Bible promises you. Promises you 120 years. Okay. So you can have it if you're eating well, if you're taking care of your body. Okay. So I do have a teaching and training on cancer and remedies and things of that nature. That's not information that I can really put out there publicly like that, because I don't know if you've been paying attention over the last 10 to 15 years. When people talk about holistic natural remedies, they end up unalived or they end up in jail. Dr. Sebi, my holistic teacher, Dr. Africa, I know he wasn't sick because he knew too much, but that's what they said. Or how about the whole plane of doctors, researchers, and scientists that were treating AIDS? I don't even want to say it. They were treating that. They had the cure. Their plane went missing with all of them on it. Makes you question. Things that make you go, I wonder. So I have to be careful, because I have a family. And while I want to help you, I have to also help them. So if this is a topic that you want to learn more about, or you want this information, whether you've received a diagnosis or someone in your family has received a diagnosis, then I do have coaching available, and I can work along with you one-on-one to help you through that. You do not have to perish. It does not have to be a death sentence. It doesn't have to be. Okay. There are remedies for you. Okay. So that was a little heavy. Let's go back into the kitchen or the medicine cabinet. And so here are some of the products from my company that I represent with Young Living. I've been with them 26 years, since 1999, 26 years. Oh my gosh. And so here's one called Cardiogize. Cardiogize, cardiac. It has to do with the heart. This is a supplement that can help to promote a healthy heart. Okay. And now I'm not just recommending my products, right? But CoQ10. This is very good for heart health. Okay. Heart health. Ginger is good for heart health. Nutmeg is good for heart health. Why? Because it helps with blood circulation. Clove is very good for heart health. Okay. Here's another one, Super B. We need our B vitamins. We need our nutrients. Okay. Especially for hormonal women, but everyone in low energy, we need our B vitamins. So Super B is a complex because it has several of the B vitamins in it in one. Okay. So you don't have to take a bunch of pills. This one is called sulfurzyme. This one's main active ingredient is MSM. It also has the Ningxia wolfberry, which is also called goji berry. And this is very good. This is what I took so that I don't get the flashes. You know what I'm saying? When you're over 50, you can get the flashes, you can get the sweats, night sweats, and all that stuff. This is something that I took. And I learned from my mom, because my mom took this and she never dealt with the flashes either. The MSM can also help with inflammation and joint pain and things like that. So all natural, very, very good product. I'm out, as you can see, so I'm putting in my order to get more. So those are some of the supplements. Now I want to tell you about essential oils. Many of you know I use essential oils. I've been the essential oil lady, and it's fine. I've been using the essential oils since 1999. Only Young Living, because they are the purest and they are the best essential oils out there because they're unadulterated. So if you're watching live and you know what my favorite oil is, put it in the comments and I'll send you a gift. If you watching live, or if you watched me in the past and you know what my favorite oil is, write it in the comments and I will send you something special. And so please share the video so that you can help me to be able to teach more people and help more people. Okay, right now, this is something else that looks like wellness. Let me see if I can grab it because it's on. So I got to be careful not to spill it. But look, my diffuser. Oh, it smells amazing. Amazing. This is a Bluetooth radio diffuser that I'm using. It cleanses and purifies the air, can help with odors and things like that, but can also help to eliminate or reduce contaminants, bacteria, different things that are in the air. Okay. Great to use in your workplace if you can, and just at your home as well. So that, let's say you have a bug, a virus, or whatever, and you have the diffuser on, depending on what oils you have in there, you're going to be cleansing and purifying the air so that no one else in your home or your household gets sick, which is a great thing, right? You want to protect them while you also want to feel better. So here is tangerine. Tangerine is in my diffuser. And when I tell you, you ever have a tangerine or orange and you go to peel it and it just spritzes like this little spray from the rind, and how good and pure and uplifting that smells. Imagine smelling the oil expressed from the rind and put in a bottle. That's just what this is. It is pure. When you open this, it smells like a tangerine. Okay, unadulterated. I absolutely love it. This can be very uplifting. If you're having a down day, if you're having anxiety, this is something that's natural that can help, that you can wear it, that you can, take some in your hand and rub it on yourself. And that will help you with your emotions, to regulate kind of, your emotions. Okay. Here is one that I also like, and this is lavender. Now, there's so much lavender out there. I want you to beware, because a lot of the lavender, I would even say, and I can prove this, that most of the lavender out there is hybrid or adulterated. This is pure lavender. And so one of the ways that I know that that's true is when I have my clients smell the lavender, they feel like it's strong and they feel like, oh, I've never smelled that before, because everything you smelled before this has been adulterated. It has not been the real thing. Okay. And so Young Living goes through great lengths to make sure that you get an unadulterated oil that is expressed specifically from the flower bud or from the stem or the bark or the leaves. It depends on what the substance is that's growing. When it's citrus fruits like tangerine, the medicinal properties, if you will, or the extracted oil is coming from the rind, which there's medicine in the rind of the lemon, of the orange, of the tangerine, of the mandarin orange. But we don't eat the rind. We eat the fruit. In other countries, they do. Or we may make a candy from the rind. I remember doing that years ago with my grandmother, and she would peel the orange and then she would candy it. And while that tastes good, that's not the best. That's not the best healthy way for you. But you don't have to eat orange rinds. You can just get orange oil or tangerine oil and have the same effect. Okay, let's check the comments and see if anyone wrote down what my favorite oil is. Okay, you're lost. My favorite oil is lemongrass. It is my happy smell in a bottle. It picks me up. It is my productivity oil in a bottle. If I have something that feels insurmountable, when I take this lemongrass or I put it on my body or I put it in a diffuser, I'm able to get it done. Whew. Wonderful. Very good for inflammation and joint pain. Very good to help aid digestion. And I want to tell you something, show you something about this label. This white label means that it is a food grade oil. And on the side of it, which you couldn't read the fine print, but it says dietary guidelines. So it is designed for you to be able to eat. It is edible, or you can cook with it. Okay. This specific one, and only from Young Living, because we don't add any chemicals, synthetics, or any of that foolishness into our oils. They are pure oils from their original source. Okay. So lemongrass can go in a tea, can go in a pot of chicken, and you can make lemongrass chicken, or your vegetables. Okay. It can go on your tummy. If I need to go, I can put lemongrass and it helps me. If I have pain in my knee or my back, I use lemongrass and it helps me. Okay. That's my testimony. Okay. You can try it for yourself and have your own testimonies. Okay. So let's see. Where am I? Oh, we're talking about wellness and what that looks like. I'm going to show you this. It's going to be a little bit funny. It is a butt seat. Look at this. So you sit on it and you see this part here. It supports your coccyx, your sacrum, so that you can sit properly, evenly balanced on this. Why? Because we're sitting way more than we've ever sat before. Okay. Many of our works are sedentary. And so we're sitting at a desk all day, right? In a chair all day. So this can help you to sit properly, so that you're not sitting on your tailbone. Because when people don't sit properly, they could be sitting on their tailbone and damaging their tailbone or damaging their coccyx. Okay. This will help you to have better posture while you're sitting all day long. Okay. And if you want to know where or how to get that, you can DM me. So that's something that's going to promote your wellness, because that can help to prevent back pain. Or if you already have back pain or back injury, by sitting properly on, both hips properly, it can help to alleviate the pain, especially when you have to sit long time. Here's something else. And this is a hot neck wrap. Put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes and then put it over your shoulders. So these are little things that you can do, that you can have in your home, so that you can take care of yourself. This is part of your health care. This is part of your wellness or your self-care. Okay. Wellness also looks like reading. You don't have to always go to the spa to take care of yourself. It looks like reading. It looks like journaling. This is one of the books. This is Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And then this one is the cookbook, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Beautiful pictures, recipes, so that you can eat for your specific blood type, so you can cook for your blood type. Why? So that you're getting the most out of your food and you're not eating things that are toxic to your blood. Hope that's beneficial. I will be releasing my Eat Right for Your Blood Type workshop soon, working on that so that I can release it. What else did I want to show you? Oh, this is fun. Hold on. These are massage oils that have essential oils in them. And you can't really, because of the bottle, see all this, but all of this is a list of the different plants and leaves that are in here. Each one of these has 10 to 15 essential oils that are in there. This one is purple, and this one says relaxation, and that's what it's for. I use this in my spa room for my clients, and they absolutely love it. It smells so amazing. It has orange oil in it as well. So it's very, very uplifting and very relaxing, very soothing to the mind as well as to the body. Okay. And then this one says Ortho Ease, ortho, kind of like orthopedic, good for your joints, good for your bones. And my clients love this. I use this a lot when I go and work with the seniors, and I'll put it on their hands. It really helps them with the arthritis. And I do have like a before and after pictures of Bob that I worked with a couple of years back. He had crippling arthritis and he was like this. And his hands he was Caucasian, so his hands were red and pink and hot. So he had active inflammation in his hands and he couldn't do this. He couldn't do that. So this day I go to his facility out in Fredericksburg and I massage his hands with this. And when I was done, he was able to stretch it. And he just sat there doing this, looking at his hand because he couldn't do it before. And he was able to do it after I massaged his hand with this. So if you have joint pain, back pain, any other kind of pain, this will be something that's good for you. So bring it to your massage therapist or come to me as a massage therapist. I use this in my practice. Or you can order it and use it as a body oil. I keep one of these in my bathroom, one in the spa, one in my bathroom, because when I take a shower, afterwards, I'll rub my body with this. And there's another one that I have that's called Cellulite Magic, and it has grapefruit in it. So it's really good to help with cellulite. It's really good to help with the appearance of your skin. Okay. And I like to rub that one on my body too. It smells absolutely amazing. It's very, very uplifting. Okay, here's the last product I'm going to tell you about. And I think next week I'm going to be talking about hormonal balancing and hormonal wellness for women. I've been seeing a lot of posts talking about perimenopause and menopause. And because I don't really suffer with it, it didn't dawn on me that, other people do. Sorry. And so because I had this knowledge, I wasn't realizing necessarily that other people don't know this or that they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do naturally. And so I'm going to talk on that next week. So that's going to be the topic for next week. It's going to be hormonal balancing for women, for men too, because an overabundance of testosterone or estrogen is not good for men either. Sometimes men grow breasts because they have too much estrogen. Okay, so we both need to balance our hormones. And so this is a new product that we have developed. And so I'm going to dive deep into this. You can see it's brand new. I haven't even opened it yet. So I'm going to research and study this out, and I'll be able to share it with you. But what I would tell you about is how our hormones work, what we need, and some of the other supplements and essential oils that I've been using over the years, like this one, why I don't have hot flashes and night sweats. Let me tell you, before I moved to Virginia, so let me say 16, 17 years ago, I was sleeping, and all of a sudden I woke up in the middle of the night and my whole nightshirt, I had on like a nightshirt, was wet. Like the bed was wet. And I was like, oh my God, did I pee on myself? And I got up out the bed and all right here on my chest was wet. And I was like, oh my goodness, I sweat out of my night clothes. My hormones were imbalanced and it was causing me to have night sweats. And that was a very severe night sweat. Well, I started using the natural remedies, one of the things that I use, and that helped me. And I didn't have the night sweats anymore. And so what I love about wellness, about holistic healthcare, about these natural products that I get from Young Living is that you can help a condition, you can cure it, right? So that you don't have to keep taking it. You don't have to keep taking it. I've been out of this one for a week or two. And it's not like I'm reverting back and I'm having night sweats or hot flashes or any of that stuff. No, I haven't. I really haven't. Okay. So when you begin to give your body what it needs, your body will treat you well. Your body will thank you. Your body will adjust and change and heal itself. And that's the goal. God wants us to be in health. He wants us to experience health. He wants us to enjoy this life now, not just living to get to heaven. That's a great place, but he put us here for a reason. And he put a call and a purpose on our life. And he wants us to fulfill that call and purpose. But how can you do that, especially effectively, if you don't feel well, if you're in pain? Now, I do have pain in my body sometimes. And because I was diagnosed with lupus 13 years ago, I treat myself holistically, naturally. Now, remember, I'm trained in this, okay? I've done the schooling to know what to do and how to do it, okay? But you can use me to help you with whatever issue, autoimmune issue that you might be going through. Lupus, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis. And these are things that I have worked with other clients over the years. So as I said, I was diagnosed 13 years ago, and I've never taken the lupus medication. I refuse. It goes against my core beliefs. Okay. So Do everything healthy, natural. So if I have a headache, if I have joint pain, I'm doing one of these things that I showed you. I'm using the essential oils. I'm taking my supplements. I'm drinking my water. I'm trying to make sure that I get good sleep at least. Right now I'm in a gym doing water aerobics type stuff. I'm doing the sauna. I use the vibration plate. I'm taking my supplements. I make my teas. I'm doing all the things because I love myself and I want to live a long time because I love my children and I love my grandchildren. I got one on the way. So I got to be here healthy. I got to live long and strong. So I'm teaching you what I've learned over these 26 years, and I'm teaching you what I've done in raising my children, 5 children. They go from 20, 23, 28, 30, and 32. I raised them holistically, naturally. And that's why I'm doing the parent empowerment workshop as well, because I've lived this. And now I want to teach it to you so that you know how to take care of your family as well. So this is what I live every day. Friend of mine, my best friend, we were at some workshops back in November and December. And she was like, "Oh my God, like you eat so healthy. Like, I don't know where where your weight is coming from. Thank God I hold it pretty well, but it's stress. It's cortisol. So now I've done extra steps and got back in the gym so that I can properly deal with the stress because I refuse to medicate myself. I refuse to medicate myself, especially if there's a natural way that is effective, that is natural, that is going to help and aid my body in healing and aid my body in doing what it was meant to do naturally. And that's why I use the essential oils. They're not a miracle drug, miracle cure, none of that stuff. They aid your body in its natural healing process. And because the oils are made pure, therapeutic grade, not adulterated, they're able to communicate with your body on a cellular level. The oils that are in here that come from the plant substance, the oil is considered the lifeblood of the plant. And so, aloe vera, and you'll break it or you'll cut a piece off and you squeeze out that liquid and you can use it on your skin for sunburn, for cuts, for abrasions and bruises and things of that nature. And then aloe vera is also good medicinally internally. It can help with parasites. It can help with digestion. Okay. So you can see how this particular plant, that's one that most of us know, that's very helpful. How about eucalyptus? Some people have eucalyptus plants. They'll use it in their home, put it in a vase, and then it helps to refresh the home. It purifies the air, and it's medicinal to the lungs. Okay, so the expressed oil of eucalyptus is 50 times more powerful. It is amazing. When you smell it, it opens up your sinuses, your chest, and everything. It smells so wonderful. Eucalyptus is also good for like joint aches and pains and things of that nature. So I love that the oils are versatile. I love that I can use one particular oil for many different things, many different issues. Okay. So stick with me. You'll be learning so many things. You'll be healthy. You'll be feeling good. You'll be glorifying God because you're using his medicine, God's medicine. You're using what he put in the earth for you to heal yourself because he's a good, good father. And he wants you to be healthy. He wants you to enjoy your life. He wants you to fulfill your purpose and your call that he has for you. And we can do that so much better when we feel good, when we feel better, when we're not sick, when we're not in pain. That's not what he wants for you. And so if you're experiencing some type of illness or some type of pain, I invite you to connect with me. And so I'm going to put my website here. Okay. It's askdawn.com, AskDAWNE.com, askdawn.com. It's like my link tree. You'll get all the information about me. You can see my bio. You can find out information about the spa. You can find out my coaching, my special offer, where you can have a 30 minutes with me and ask me anything for 30 minutes. And it's only $99. And you can pick my brain. Okay. But whatever issue is going on with you or one of your loved ones, you can pick my brain for 30 minutes and it's only $99. You can see that at askdawn.com. You can see some of the work I'm doing with seniors. January last year, I was on the news on DCW News, Living Local, I think it's called. And there's a news segment there that you can see some of the work I'm doing with the seniors. So, whatever it is that you need to know about me, want to know about me, that's the source that you can get it from. AskDawn.com. And if you have questions, email me, and I'll put my email too. Sorry, TikTok, I can't reach to put that in there. What is my? Okay, yeah, Dawn Horizon at Gmail. Dawn Horizon at gmail.com. You can send me an email or you can DM me. I am accessible. I want to help you to get well. And God told me that I needed to share the information that I've learned over the years, the things that He has allowed me to learn. Um, and He told me that I have to now go beyond my clients, my family, like my circle, my inner circle, my outer circle. He's like, no, I want you to speak. I don't want you to be a hidden gem anymore. Do you know some of my clients love me so much? They love my hands-on touch. They love all the information that I teach them that they don't want to share me, which is really not nice. But anyway, they love me so much and what they get from me that they don't want to share me. So they're keeping me to themselves. I've literally had clients say, I'm keeping you to myself. I had this gentleman, it was like 3 years ago. He was having some knee pain. He came in for a foot detox, did the foot detox, massage his feet, used some of the essential oils on him, and he felt so much better. He left without any knee pain. He had to golf the next day. And golfing usually, I guess because of his posture, golfing usually triggers his knee pain. Do you know he told me that that was the best golf game he ever had? And he didn't have any knee pain the next day? And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's fantastic. I'm so happy. So I said, well, why don't you share me with the guys that you golf with? Do you know he told me no? And one of the reasons he told me no is because he didn't want them to golf better. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. So anyway, fast forward. In December, God was like, I don't want you to be a hidden gem anymore. You have to now go beyond the spa room, beyond the clients that know you, and share this wealth of information that you have. And so that's why I'm here. Okay. So take advantage of me, take advantage of this information. Do me a favor, share this. Give me some feedback. Send me a message. I love the live. I didn't like the live. Here's what I would have liked to know. I have a question about this, or why did you say that? Whatever. I'm very accessible. Please reach out to me and let me know what you learned, what you enjoyed, what you would like to see more of. Okay. So that I can provide that, because I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for eyeballs and giggles. I am here because I have this wealth of information and is not doing, well, it is doing good in my head, but I want to be able to help you with it. So I have to get it out, right? I have to get it out. So that's why I'm here to share with you. So we have been talking, or I have been talking for almost an hour and 30 minutes. Time really goes by fast when you're having fun. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you, everyone on TikTok land who has joined. And I want to thank you to those that have joined from my Facebook page and from my YouTube page. Thank you so much. I am Dawn Horizon on all social media platforms. That's Dawn with an E, Horizons with an S. And so you can reach me on any of the platforms, and just connect with me. Connect with me in the DMs, or just stop by to see what I'm posting so that you can live a better, healthier life, because that's what God wants for you. That's His design for you. Okay, so I just bless you in Jesus' name. And let me just close out with a prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for being able to share my knowledge and wisdom and experiences over the years, and testimonies even, with your people. Lord, I know that you want what's best for them. You want what's good for them. Lord, your word says that you only give good and perfect gifts, Father. And so I thank you, Father, that you give them eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to understand the information that they have received, so that they can walk in wellness by your design, so that they can begin to use your medicine, what you have put in the leaves and the fruit and the vegetables and the trees, for us to live a healthy life. And so, Lord, if there's anyone here that has been watching, that has been sick, that has been going through, Father, I ask that you would heal them. I ask that you would touch them. I ask that you would help them to make good, healthy decisions and to reach out for help, because closed mouths don't get fed. And no one can help you if they don't know that they have a problem. But God, you see and you know everything. Nothing is hid from you. And so I'm asking you, Father, in the name of Jesus, that you would bring healing, that you would bring health, that you would bring recovery from trauma, that you would bring healing to their soul, and that you would heal their body of whatever it is that they are going through, Father, in Jesus' name. I pray that what was shared tonight will take deep root and that they'll never be the same again in Jesus' name. If you receive that prayer, say amen. I receive it. And I look forward to talking with you soon. I look forward to maybe meeting you in the spa. I'm in the Northern Virginia area. I service Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, and I will travel. Okay. So reach out to me. All of my information is at askdawn.com. And I hope to see you soon. God bless you and see you next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m.